and I can see you guys on my phone. So I'm checking on the settings if the lighting is good. Let's see over here if this is great. Is it gonna focus on me? I'm so sorry, it's so loud. Okay, let's proceed. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Georgina and I'm a 500-hour registered yoga instructor, and I create mobility-based yoga flows to help you move better, feel better, and live with more ease. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoy practicing with me, and with that said, grab your mat, we're gonna jump right away. All right, starting in a very low position, Sukhasana, or the easy cross-legged seated position. We're just gonna be warming up first before we proceed to the flowy part, right? I like to do this, so we're just gonna start with the wrist circles, close fist, and we're gonna do it for about 5 circles. Whatever direction, we're also going to reverse. Now, reverse for about 5 or 7. If you hear any loud noises, there's a lot of workers around here, and also my husband is on a meeting. It's a very, very busy day, but we're gonna do this, all right? So I hope you don't mind. Okay, shake that up. We're gonna take a deep breath in as we reach our arms up overhead. Good. Exhaling, drop one arm down, and we're gonna stretch our side body here. Taking this time to also root yourself firmly on the mat as we feel the pace of our breath, noticing how we're breathing, feeling really present as of the moment. Wiggle your fingertips, inhaling back to your center. Good. Exhaling, reach all the way up and bend. Good. Wiggling the fingertips some more, maybe wiggling your toes. Looking up, playing with the gaze a little bit here. Feeling where is very tight. We're just stretching. Good. Coming back to your center. Good. Rolling the shoulders back away from the ears for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhaling, twisting to face the right side, dropping the arms down. Navel in, elongate the spine, inhale. Exhale, twist some more, maybe grabbing the opposite knee with the opposite hand and looking back. Inhaling, coming back to your center, reach. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale again, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist deeper. Good. Back to your center. Arms can be placed or hands on your knees. We're just going to rotate our neck to one direction, hitting a full 360 degree. You can do this as slow as you want to really get a feel of your max range or your end range. Good. Now rotating in reverse. Good. Whew, back to your center, tilting our head to the right side. Good. Sit nice and tall, square your torso facing forward. Back to center, and then to the other side. Left ear towards the left shoulder. Back to center, doing that again on the other side. This time, we're going to pair with some gaze or drishti, looking up. Feeling that like side stretch, really feeling like, you know, that like the neck part, all the way to your traps and your shoulders. Good. Back to your center, looking, tilting to the other side, looking up. Ooh. Good. Back to your center. Big breath in as you interlace your hands behind, leaning a little bit forward. Good. Exhaling, if I were to show you my back, we're going to fold all the way down to where you can, right? So no pushing here. And I want you to focus on, you don't need to go all the way down, where you can actually anterior tilt, finding that natural curve of your spine, right? And then have your index finger out if it reaches. Obviously, if it doesn't, then you just want to like do your best, right? If you can reach and interlace, I want your index finger to lead up as you fold a little bit down. Good. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, fold a little bit down, leading with the index finger to point up towards the sky. You should feel that nice stretch around the shoulders. So you're internally rotating both shoulders now. Good. All right, coming all the way back up. Untangle your fingers. Good. Whew, rolling the shoulders back some more. And now we're gonna open our legs wide, just to where it is comfortable for you. Good. We're going to like tilt ourselves, right butt cheek up. Good. And then the left butt cheek up. Good. Now from there, I want you to open up some more. You should be in this anterior tilt. Reach your arms all the way in front. Good. Now I want you to go flex your feet. So toes will be pointing towards your shins or up the sky. Good. You should feel the nice stretch in your inner thighs, the groin area, and then maybe you could drop the forearms down. Good. I want you to get this feeling of anterior tilting really, and then sticking out your butt. Your curve of your lumbar is that nice arch, right? So you're not rounding, everything is stretching, elongating, and feeling good. You could start to tap your toe with your hand and then the other. Good. So tap and tap. Good. From there, see if you could come up with your fingertips, keeping your toes or feet as flexed as possible. You're going to let go of the arms, and then we're just going to feel this like swinging motion or rocking forward and back gently. So you will feel your groin firmly rooting down here, and you're really like folding from the hips, right? Ooh, over here. Your inner thighs, we call this singit in Tagalog in the Philippines. So you should feel that fold from your singit or the inner thigh crease there, right? And you're kind of more focused on the tilt of your pelvis. Good. From there, we're gonna do some side stretches. You don't need to move. I'm just gonna face you. You can start to widen your feet or legs a lot more. And then dropping one arm or hand down behind your leg as you stretch and reach up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, trying to crawl the fingertips farther away from you to get that nice side stretch. Now gently, you're gonna look up. Come back to your center. Inhale, right hand now, opposite from me, reaches all the way up. And then exhale, crawling the other fingertips to the other side for that nice, yummy side stretch, looking up. Breathe. Ooh. Now you feel that. Earlier, we kind of felt the inner thighs, you know, the crease, a little bit restrained when we were doing forward and back. And now you should feel that stretching. Okay, coming back to your center, bending the knees, heels are gonna plant down. Good. And this is gonna be different for everyone depending on how wide it is comfortable for you. We're gonna drop one or knees to one side, coming all the way up, and then the other side. You could help support with a hand if that is more accessible to you. Otherwise, you could come and float your hands anywhere you like. You could find this T shape, maybe all the way up, and maybe cactusing the arms or bending the elbows. Inhale up or center, and exhale as you twist to one side. Good. Okay, we're going to stop into one direction, whatever direction that may be. That back foot, right? If it doesn't touch your knee down, that's fine, right? If it's all the way here, you just know that you have a lot more room for improvement for your internal rotation, but we're going to try our best. Put something underneath your knee so you can help to kick that back heel up. So maybe it starts this way, very, very low, right? And then as you lift it up, you're going to twist some more to the opposite side, and you will feel that with your body, right? Where you're twisting as you lift the heel up. Good. And then maybe as you go twist deeper, you're gonna have that bigger range with that foot. No pushing. That is gonna require a lot of internal rotation of your hips. So if it doesn't reach high, then you know there's so much more room for improvement. Obviously, I did not start this way. Now, as you lift all the way up more, you could find a deeper twist. Beautiful. Stay for a little bit up there and drop. It's very important, as I always say, internal rotation. Super gonna take you so far in your practice. Okay, knees up, back to your center and twisting or dropping to the opposite direction now. Finding that spot where it is comfortable for you, 90-degree angle of your legs. From there, you can drop your hands to support you and then pulsing that back heel slowly, little by little up towards the sky. Good. And again, finding a deeper twist as you lift it up, twist to the opposite side. Good. Lift it up and twist. As if you're pulling, like imagine I have a string to the heel and I'm pulling it. And then as I pull, I twist my body like a screw, right? And you should feel that around your waistline. Keep going, right? Imaginary string. Good. Now finding that deeper twist and heel lifting up some more. Obviously, again, it doesn't have to be this high, but you want to observe which is higher, then you have a lot better internal rotation on that leg or that side of the hip. Good. All right. Shake it up back to your center, and then now we're going to warm up our wrists. So you can face whatever direction of your mat you like. We're just gonna warm up in a tabletop position, the wrists. Starting with our index fingers pointing forward as we shift our weight forward and back. So I want you to focus on really flattening your fingers down. Feeling the wrist fold here, the crease, right? Forward and back. Now we're gonna turn our palms with your thumbs facing forward. So fingertips will now face sideways as you keep shifting forward and back. Inhale as you shift forward. Exhale as you shift back. Good. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now we're going to try to see if you could turn your fingertips more facing now your knees or towards you. Gently, right? You could continue to drop the fingertips and have the palms up. All right. You can untuck or tuck the toes under, it doesn't matter. And now we're going to do this very gently. I kind of like to start by dropping the base knuckles down. So meaning, right, your fingers are super straight and the palm is lifting up, or the base of your palm. The base knuckles is basically what's connecting your fingers to the base of your palm, right? And now you're going to really flatten that and lift the base of the palm, and as you shift forward, you're gonna drop the base of the palm. Good. This is gonna be different for everyone depending on how mobile or flexible now your wrists are. Good. Shifting forward, and as you shift a little bit back, lifting the base of the palm, still trying to ground the base knuckles, right? As much as you can. Good. For 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now shake that up, and you're just gonna plant your palms down, regular downward dog position, and now you're gonna start to get the spider fingers, bending now your mid knuckles, right? From there, really grip your palm, and I want you to get this grip when we do side planks, okay? Being mindful so that you don't hurt your wrists. We're gonna do a lot of side planks on this class, so I want you to really root down, spider fingers, and keep shifting your weight forward and back. Breathing. Focusing always on your breath. So the pace of your flow will determine depending on how you breathe, right? So the longer you inhale, the longer you exhale. Sometimes it's really going to depend on the transition, the pose. So keep going. All right. If you feel that, okay, all my fingers are fully activated, my base knuckles are very activated, the palms, really good. You will feel that. All right, now shake it up. And that's gonna be our warm-up. Okay, I like to warm up like that first before we do vinyasas, because to me, vinyasas is not really much of a warm-up, especially if you are suffering from wrist pain. And that's very, very common, right? Let's draw circles one more time. Back and forth. And shake it up. Are you hearing the conversations? It's very loud. I'm so sorry. I hope you're not hearing it. But let's proceed. We are going to do this. All right. From here, we're going now to find our puppy pose to stretch a little bit of our backs. So adjust your knees to where it is comfortable for you to stretch your arms completely in front of you and your elbows are straight. From here, you're going to plant your hands down and you're going to start to pulse now your chest down. And I want you to get this nice arch in the back. Think about belly and thigh gluing together and then come up. All right, so getting that nice arch in the back and come back up. Eventually, you'll be able to maybe drop now the chest or your ribs down and stretch your hands and arms some more. Getting this back bend shape. Welcome to your puppy pose. We're gonna melt down your chest and your chin on the mat. Breathe. If it's very stiff, it's okay if you drop your forehead first instead of the chin. Beautiful. Now you're going to drop and plant the forearms firmly down on the mat as you roll yourself forward, finding now your Sphinx pose. Okay, untuck the toes. I want your toes pointing back and then feeling this nice arch in the back. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. You should have this elongated neck so you're not like this, right? Push it all the way up and stay here. For 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to interlace your fingers in front of you and have your elbows closer towards each other. You're going to curl your toes under, lift the knees up and thighs, and you're going to push all the way up to your forearm plank. Lift up. Beautiful. Hold this position, protract your shoulder blades, round the upper body, squeeze the glutes down, navel in, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze the glutes, 3, 2, and 1. All the way, you're gonna come up to your dolphin as you walk your feet towards you. Hips are gonna be high. Okay, this is our dolphin pose. From here, we're gonna walk our knees or pedaling the feet, bending one knee at a time. Good. And as you bend, I want your belly glued to the thigh, right? Keep going until you feel that, okay, my hamstrings are fully warmed up now. Maybe I could ground the heels and maybe not. That's okay. Wherever you are, you don't need to ground the heel. Making sure that if it's not grounded, you have a bend in your knees. You're going to glue your belly to your thigh and push yourself away from the mat. Your shoulders, I like it to be really close to your ears. So you're elevating them. And then from there, you're going to try to drop the heels down. It's going to burn your shoulders. That's good. Activating our scapula so that we are going to be easy, or it's going to be easier to do side planks. Keep going. Beautiful. We're going to do our 3-legged dolphin. So feet are going to be together. Push yourself away from the mat. Strong shoulders. Right leg lifts up. Breathing in. Good. Breathing out. Bending the knee and flexing that top foot. Opening the hips this way. You feel the burn now around the shoulders, your forearms, your lats. And that's what we're trying to do. Okay, stretch the knee, square your hips, inhale. Exhale, drop the foot down. We're switching sides. Left leg lifts up, breathing in. Breathing out, bending the knee, flexing the foot, and opening the hips to the left side. Push yourself away from the mat. Hold, breathe. Square your hips, stretch the knee, inhale. Exhale, drop the foot down. Beautiful. Untangle your arms or your fingers, and we're gonna come up now to a downward facing dog. So finding your downward dog. All right, I want you again to push yourself away from the mat. Okay, this is our elevation. So your shoulders next to the ears, and we're gonna depress by sagging your head down or melting down. Elbows are still straight. This is our scapula push-ups in downward dog. We're doing this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Navel in, ribs in. Good. Staying in that elevated position of the shoulders and scapula. Right leg lifts up, breathing in. Good. Breathing out, dropping the left forearm down. Opposite forearm, opposite hand or leg. Bending that top knee. Good. Pointing the toes all the way to that side where you're facing. You will feel that. If you're following along, you know this is my favorite way to get to a mandala situation or transition. From there, you're gonna stretch that top knee and then tap that foot to the side of the mat, slow and controlled, for 3. Lift up, for 2, up, and 1. You want your core very engaged here so you're not sloppy. All right, from here, you're gonna try to reach that foot or the top foot to the top of your mat as far as your end range allows. If it's only over here, that's fine. You're just gonna crawl, crawl, crawl to come to the top of your hand. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna pivot ourselves to now face the opposite side of the mat. Welcome to that mandala transition. Planting the hands firmly down, you're now in this pyramid shape of your legs. You're going to protract, hollow the upper body so you can easily slide that front foot back, coming to your 3-legged dog. Inhale. Good. Exhaling, dropping the right forearm slowly and bending the top knee. Good. Stay here for a few breaths. Opening. You feel every part of your body stretching now. Inhale. Exhale here. Okay, when you're ready, you're gonna stretch that knee. Inhale. Exhale to tap to the side for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Up. And one more time. You're gonna crawl that finger or that toe all the way to the top of the mat you're facing. Beautiful. This time, we're gonna end in this straddle position. Okay, you're facing the side of the mat. You're gonna stretch your arms all the way in front and really getting that nice arch in the back. Okay, from here, I want you to crawl your fingertips forward and you're going to round your spine and shifting forward. Now you're going to dip the hips down. It's kind of like an upward dog, but with a very wide stance. Again, push it back, fold here, and round forward to your upward dog variation. Inhale here, exhale to push it back. Inhale, round, and dip the hips. Good, exhale back. Beautiful, you might like it the other way around, exhaling as you round, and then inhaling as you come to that back bend. And then exhaling as you push back. Inhaling again here. And then exhaling to round. Inhale as you come to that back bend. And exhale as you push back. So see, every breath is going to be different depending on your transition. All right. Hello. Sorry about the angle. It's very awkward. All right. Now you're going to crawl your fingertips to face your right leg or the opposite direction again of your mat. You're gonna frame your front foot with your hands, plant it firmly down. Spider fingers, good. Protract, round, slide the front foot to your three-legged dog. Inhale. Good. Ooh. Exhale, knee towards your chest, maybe tapping the armpits as you shift forward. For 3, inhale. Exhale, 2, and 1. Good. Drop that knee just down below your hips. From there, you're gonna face the opposite side of the mat. Good. Dropping that back toe outside of the mat, rather than that back toe. If you're facing here now, this is the back, right? But if you're here, you get that. Okay, from here, we're now in this like gate pose or side plank variation. Good. Inhale, reaching that arm up. Exhale, stretch overhead. Good. Oh, so good. Right, from here, hand up or arm up, plant that left foot firmly down, and we're gonna lift that bent knee for 3. Hold for 2 and 1. Drop it down, cartwheeling the arms to come up and sideways stretch. Good, opposite direction this time. Okay, we're gonna do a lot of the cartwheels. So again, cartwheeling the arms. Woo! This time, lifting that left leg up, kick and drop. Cartwheeling again, the arm to the opposite side, stretch. Cartwheeling again the arms to drop that right hand down and kick the leg up. Good. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So finding your own breath rhythm and maybe the pace of this transition. Good. From here, I'll meet you in this side plank variation. You're going to plant the left foot firmly. Right knee will now tap with the upper elbow for 3. To drop. 2, drop. 1, hold it there, hand up, kick the right foot in front and bend. Okay, drop. Okay, now we're gonna hold, okay? Right knee up towards the chest, kick it forward, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knee down. I know it is intense. Okay, come all the way up, inhale, center. Exhale, you're gonna fold down like a half child's pose variation. Push it back. Breathe. Good. Push it forward, shift forward. Now we're gonna try to do upward dog variation. So now as you do that, both legs are gonna straighten, right? And finding that pulsing motion that is okay for your back. Good, keep going. Whew, beautiful. All right, come up to our gate pose. You're following along, you got this. Cartwheeling the arms down, good. Now you're gonna plant the left hand and the right hand down. Okay, from here, you're gonna come to this position. Okay, so right knee will come up towards your chest. Good. Kick it outside of the mat, opposite direction, drop the foot down. As you shift your weight forward, shoulders now should pass the wrist. You'll feel your inner thighs squeezing towards each other. Good, and you can maybe slide that foot outwards more. We're gonna do chaturanga as we bend the elbows. Good, lift up, woo, for 3. Woo, 2, 1, good job, that was intense. Right knee towards your chest, we're not done. Inhale here, exhale here, hold. Go inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Good. From here, we're going to pivot to our wild thing to face the opposite side again, dropping that foot back. Inhale, Exhale to squeeze the glutes. Back bend. Allow your head to hang heavy. Let go of that tension around the neck. Good, maybe shaking no. And slowly coming back to our side plank variation. Right hand drops down, knee to chest. Good. Step it outside again of the opposite mat. From here, we're going to sit down. Okay, so let go of the left hand. Sit on your V position. Grab your toes and fold. Good. Coming again back to that position to plant your hands down. Lift your hips up. Right knee towards your chest. Hope you're following along. You're gonna drop that knee just below your hips. Pivoting again to face the left side. Left hand up, gate pose. Breathe. Good. Drop the left hand down. This time, as you pivot yourself to face the tops of the mat, right? Right knee up towards your chest, and then you're gonna land it or plant it down, crossing in front of that back leg. Look back, downward dog variation, but you're now in an X shape. Good. Push yourself away from the mat. From here, you're gonna drop the knees down. You're like in a tabletop, but then your legs are crossed. Untuck the back toes or both toes. Push it back. For 3. Push it forward. For 2. And 1. Now crawl, crawl, crawl your fingertips towards you where you can come to these shoelace legs sitting on your heels. Almost. Intense. Was that good? All right, from here, we're going to really push. So I like to do this. If you're following along, you know this. We've been doing this a lot. So the base of your palms, you're going to plant or really push down to the arch of your feet. And as you do this, you're going to lift the bum, posterior tilt, hold for 3, 2, tucking your tailbone under, 1, and drop. Good. 1 more, just like that, for 3, rounding 2, and 1, and drop. Beautiful. Getting into our compass pose in this position. So the top leg is the right for me. You're going to grab the outside edge of your foot with the opposite hand. From there, you're going to try to straighten. If it doesn't straighten, then that's okay. You just try your best, right? You could grab your ankle, whatever you can grab, and then now you're gonna swing it towards that direction, which is the right leg. So swinging it to the right. Top leg is right, swing back and forth. And you will feel that because you can't really swing here, right? Good. From there, maybe bending that knee, and you're going to twist. So your right shoulder will now be hooked inside of that knee or leg. Good. From there, now you're going to try to drop that right hand down wherever it is comfortable for you to try to straighten that leg. So you're not, if it doesn't straighten, that is fine. So you're just gonna try to pulse it up and down and see where you're at. Now, if you feel comfortable enough, as you come and straighten that top leg, welcome to your compass pose. You can actually twist some more, like a screw. So you're now facing the opposite side of the mat. Straighten the knee, hook yourself really to that back of your shoulder, almost now close to your traps, your trapezius muscles. Beautiful. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow and steady. You're gonna bend that knee and you're gonna crawl yourself to come up onto the knee on the left side, right? So you're still hooking. This is gonna be hooked over here, right? So basically you're really scrunching that right side of your body, and then the left side is elongating and stretching, crawling your right fingertips in front so you can maybe still hook that, and then you're going to get into your Vishvamitrasana variation with knee down. Good. So you're threading that head to your arm. Good. It takes a lot of of course, mobility and flexibility. This is basically you're feeling the screw, right? Ooh, stretching everything is so good. 3, 2, 1. You're going to exit the same way you entered. Beautiful job. Okay, stacking your knees in front of each other. Same thing, shoelace legs, and wiggling yourself left and right here. Whew. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stick your tongue out, look up. Lion's breath. It looks very funny, but it works to really soften your breath. All right, crawling your fingertips in front of you, getting into that same position, tabletop with your X-shaped legs. Good. From here, you're gonna curl the toes under, lifting the knees up, and lift the hips all the way up to your downward dog with an X shape with the legs. Beautiful. The back leg will now cross over on top of the left or the right, and then walking this way. So you're walking in an X-shaped position. Keep walking. As you walk, I want you to focus on really squeezing your inner thighs together. Keep going for 3 more. For 2. And 1. Good. I want you to end in the opposite side now. Good. So if it's the right leg on top, it's going to be the front leg now opposite, right? So for me, the right leg is on top. It's going to be the left leg now for me on top or in front. Good. From there, same thing. We're going to do it here. So bending, but we're going to try to kind of do everything what we did on the right to the left in reverse, right? I know it is going to be a little bit different. If you're new here, you know, this is kind of like how I flow. All right, it's not going to be step by step similar. Dropping the knees down, tabletop, untucking the toes back. Shifting back for 5, 4. Inhale forward, exhale back 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now sitting back. Woo, 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 woo. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Now I want you to kind of observe, taking a moment for a little bit to feel your body, right? Your inner thighs. If you touch it, it's probably a little bit more softer, jello. Ooh, we love that. Okay. Wiggling ourselves again, left and right. And we're gonna start by pressing our arch of our feet with our base of the palms. Okay, press it firmly, lifting the bum, rounding your spine, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips down. We're doing that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold 3, 2, and 1. Woo, drop. You'll feel that everything is like, woo, engaging. All right, from there, we're not gonna do the compass yet because it might be too intense. So what we're gonna do is crawling our fingertips to our tabletop position, getting now to like our side plank, if you will. Curl the toes under, lifting the knees up. Good. From here, we're going to slide that front leg, which is our left, forward. Kind of like a fallen triangle, if you will. Or fallen angel, well, fallen triangle, right? Okay, right from here, we're gonna adjust the legs to where it is comfortable for you. We're gonna do that chaturanga variation of this. I know that is intense, but as we do that, it's gonna help with the inner thigh, so everything is gonna be a lot more fluid or seamless, if you will. You can slide that foot forward more depending on where you're at with your internal rotation, right? As you slide it forward, you're gonna have your shoulders past your wrists. Inhale, kick it more forward and sideways. Exhale for 3, inhale, for 2, inhale, and 1. Lift up. I know it is an opposite inhalation, exhalation for the normal chaturanga push-ups, but let me know if that works for you. Okay, from here, that left leg will now slide and knee towards your chest. Good. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, the armpits for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. Woo! Now dropping that knee just below your hips to pivot yourself to that gate pose or side plank kneeling variation. Right hand now sweeps up. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and stretch. Good. Cartwheeling the arms. Woo! And stretch to the opposite side. Yummy. How are you feeling? Are you feeling equal or even? Not yet, probably. So we're gonna try to attempt everything what we did on the other side here, but without the same, you know, like I said, it's not gonna be exactly the same routine. Okay, cartwheeling the arms up and drop, stretch, and repeating again this transition over and over until you feel that, oh, your side body is equally flexible now, or mobile, or stretched out. And as you do this, being mindful, right, ribs are gonna be together and down. So I like to say tuck in your rib cage. That automatically makes your navel in, right, or allows you for that nice and strong core. Good. And you will feel that folding of your belly, right? And then as you cartwheel, really stretching the whole arm as if you're like dislocating now your shoulders. That's why yoga is such a full body engagement if you really focus on every part of your body, right? Okay, we're going to end here and then we're gonna kick up, right? And slide again for 3. I do more here on this side because my left side, which I think applies to majority of women, is a lot tighter. Just because of a lot of things like hormones. We're not gonna go deep into that, but it's kind of different for men. But it depends on you too, right? If you're left-handed, might be different for you, so it really depends. Kick. All right. From here, you're gonna plant now that straight leg, the foot firmly down. Left hand can be planted down or fingertips, whatever works for you. I'm gonna plant my full palm and fingertips down. Right hand up. Okay, we're gonna lift that bottom knee up, bent knee, holding for 3. Lift the hips, 2 and 1, good. Drop it down, bend the upper elbow, and we're gonna crunch for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. You want to exhale as you crunch. Good. From there, stretch up and then crunch some more. Stretch up, hold, kick, bend the knee, and drop. The next round, we're gonna hold it at an extended knee, okay? You can have the arms anywhere here to really help with balance and whatever feels strong for you. I like it here, inhale, and I like to move my arms a lot. Hold 5, 4, stretch the knee, 3, 2, and 1, good. Drop the right hand down, good. We're ending same thing here, but this time we change it up, right? We dropped it here instead of dropping the knee, and drop the knees down, good. Push it back, and then adjust the shins to where it's comfortable for you to come and sit down in your shoelace legs. Whew. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stick your tongue out, look up. And observe your breath. Instantly, boom, right? It just like makes you super nice and like steady breath, right? If you really exhale, you want to exhale it all out. All right, now are you ready for the compass pose on the left leg? So grabbing the outer edge of your left foot with the opposite hand. And again, you're going to try to straighten first. This is basically what we do like a drill, right? The repetitive ones are basically flossing your joints, right? So it's like flossing the knees, flossing the hips, flossing whatever feels like it's flossing like a teeth, all right? Okay, from there to where you can keep it straight or not, whatever works for you, bending now the knee and then twisting. So your left shoulder, left knee will twist, right, to the opposite side, so you can hook that easily to the outside, right? If you are able to get here, it's because we did a lot of internal rotation in the very beginning. And we kind of did the flossing or windshield wiper, right? And that's what we are trying to do when we do our hip mobility, to be able to do a lot of these things because it feels good. So that left side body is scrunching, the right side is elongating, opposite of what we did earlier. Grabbing the outside edge of the foot, I like it this way. You could grab the ankles or heel, whatever you like. And then the left hand will now drop down anywhere it is comfortable for you. I'm just gonna face you so you can see a lot better, hopefully, from there, right? So notice both of my butt cheeks are grounded. I have, by the way, a lot of compass pose here. If you type compass pose on my channel, you will see all the stuff with compass pose or the flows. From here, as I ground the left hand, I'm also going to now lift the left butt cheek up. So that's why you will feel now left side of the body is crunched, right side is stretching, and as you do that, we're now going to try to straighten that left leg, finding our compass pose. Welcome. Now maybe twisting yourself some more to the right. Holding that position, feeling every part of the body. What part is stretching? What part feels very, very strained or restricted? Or maybe tight. Observing the pace of your breath. Inhale, lengthen, expand some more. You feel everything expanding. Exhale, melting. Melting and finding ease into that difficulty of your pose. Good. Bend the knee, so good, right? You also feel like, for me, the blood flow suddenly dropped from my arm. Right? And I want you to feel those little subtle feeling that you're really getting from each pose. Left hand drops, crawling in front. As you come up onto that right knee, hips are gonna be up from the heel now or the ground. And now you're gonna find this Vishvamitrasana. You could adjust that bottom hand to where it feels comfortable for you, and then also the bottom knee or shin. Right? From there, you're gonna try to straighten. If your Vishvamitrasana is only here, that's fine. It's okay. And you can just like do this and really try to like find ease in that difficult pose, right? If you can get that stretch, obviously, if you have a very flexible hamstrings, this is gonna be accessible to you. If not, then you know, oh, my hamstrings are limited. Okay, thread the arm or the head to the arm, look up, hold for 3, breathe for 2, and 1. All right, now this time we're gonna change it up because we're done with that thing on everything we did on the left, right? We did not do the wall thing, but we are gonna do the wall thing, right? Do you kind of get the whole sequence, right? I do things differently, depends on the flow. Yep, that's my way. All right, so if you'll notice this one, oh, also the gate post within stretch, we'll do that. See this feeling, if you can see me hopefully from this front view. So my knees like this, right? And see how it's like this. See, if it's like this and you face here, right? Everything starts to feel different, but that's the goal. I want your hip socket as if like it's really rotating freely in your bone. Right, the hip bone, and that's what we want. So if you slide forward, knee now gonna over toes, or maybe past it, and then drop, and then lift up. See, everything is going to stretch differently. You can still achieve the same feeling of stretch in a different type of pose. So from here, in like your groin down, we're going to stretch in front, like almost like a gate pose. Like what we did earlier, but this is now gonna be a stretch for that. And that's fine. It's not right or wrong to not do things differently or similarly, right? You're just going by how you're feeling. Okay, at least for me, that's how I do. Okay, come all the way up, torso up. Okay, from here, we're gonna plant now our hands, framing that front foot and adjusting ourselves now. We're gonna curl that back toes under, maybe lifting that back knee to kind of square yourself. Good, from there, straight stretching the front knee and finding your pyramid pose here. Good, whenever you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts up, breathing in. Ooh, breathing out, knee to chest. All right. right? Breathing in again. And now let's find our vinyasa or flow through your version if you like. I'm gonna lift my leg up continuously as I get my chaturanga. Upward facing and downward facing. So whatever variation you like with our vinyasa. Wow, I feel like that's our first vinyasa, huh? All right, drop the foot here. Ooh, we're gonna pedal the feet. Bending one knee at a time. Letting go of the tension around the legs, around the inner thighs. So finding that feeling of like, ooh, maybe actually knees out and in, you know, to kind of let go of the tension. Ooh. All right. From here, we're going to bring that left knee towards your chest. Drop it down just below your hips. Good. Come all the way back to that gate pose position. Woo! And we're gonna do a little bit of a fun transition here. Okay, from here, let's see. We're going to drop that hand again to that down dog variation, and then we're gonna pivot that back or side foot, the knee to cross. So we're going to slide that left knee now back to that leg. So dropping both knees down, untucking the toes. I was trying to think about what type of transition we're gonna do, and then sliding that left knee back, or you could also slide the back knee forward, right? Whatever works, and then sitting down. We're back in that shoelace, because I kind of want to do something unique. All right, from here, if it's your left leg on top, which if you followed along should be the left leg, you're gonna do it with the left hand. So left leg on top, left hand, you're gonna plant it down just somewhere in line with that knee or a little bit out. So meaning opposite. Left knee more to the right side. Fingertips are going to face the sides. Okay, your thumb should be facing forward. From there, you're gonna come up onto the knee. Okay, this is gonna be different. I'm gonna try to make it as slow as possible. You're gonna curl the toes under. Okay, and then you're gonna come up to face the sky as you pivot yourself to turn up. Okay, beautiful. From there, you're just gonna sit on your bum. Let go of that back hand now, and then we are in this position, planting the hands firmly down, fingertips facing sideways. I like my fingertips facing sideways for the reverse tabletop. That's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, from here, adjust your legs to where I like my feet hip distance apart for the reverse tabletop. And then we're gonna plant the hands to where you feel good. So you wanna test it out first by lifting the hips up, right? And then adjust your hands to where it's comfortable for you. This is gonna be different for everyone depending on your hypermobile elbows, if you're tight in your shoulders, right? And the length of your arms. Everything's gonna be different. So again, you could also have the fingertips facing backwards if that's more comfortable for you, or facing forward. Whatever works. I like mine somewhere like sideways. From here, we're gonna lift up the hips. Okay, I want to correct the form first, or we'll do the nice form, if you will. Knees are going to be firmly, really squeezing towards each other. So it's not splaying out. Squeeze them, and as you squeeze that, you're gonna be inner thighs or adductors are working, squeezing the butt cheeks together, squeezing and lifting it up. You're not puffing out your chest so much, or your navel, or your belly, right? I want you to tuck in your navel and your ribs. Squeeze the glutes up. So there's like that resistance, and you will feel that. It should be flat belly, and then holding it here, shoulders are gonna be peeling back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips, and we're doing dynamic. As you lift the hips up, we're squeezing that form that I want. 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna hold it up top. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, drop the hips down. You should feel the glutes there work really hard, and it could make you sore if you're not used to working on your glutes. Okay, from here we're gonna get into our wide-legged boat. You could grab your knees, or rather your ankles, big toe or heels, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, otherwise, if it's not accessible to you, you could just actually stay here. Open the knees as wide as it is comfortable for you, and your torso is going to be inside of your knees. Reach more forward, right? You kind of want to feel that. All right, if you are able to, then let's go ahead and get into our wide-legged boat pose. We're holding, focusing here. Good, dropping slowly into your malasana, yogi squat. Lift the hips up, good. Palms are going to touch, and then spreading your elbows wide. You can have them push your knees out, good. Torso is straight. I like my malasana in this kind of like tilt. It's more like a neutral for me. Like if you will notice, if you have very tight everything, you might have this little bit rounded, right? And that is also okay, but for me, I like this to be like more of slight anterior tilt, elongating the spine, and that's where I feel really, really good. So again, it might be different for everyone, right? And then now we're gonna start to rock ourselves sides to sides here. And now I'm actually feeling a little bit of a challenge, if you will. I want to, or like crow pose is calling me. So if you feel good with crow pose and you're comfortable with it, then you can go ahead and do it with me. Okay, I'm going to jump back to chaturanga, so I'm preparing that in my head. So I'm gonna crawl my fingertips a little bit more forward here to where I could jump back. From here, right, planting the hands down and then shifting forward and back first. Now, if you're comfortable with crow, we're just going to get into our crow pose. So knees are gonna be on top of the elbows or somewhere close to your armpits, whatever works for you. You could do one foot lifting up at a time, right? If it's not yet accessible to you, and just getting a feel of that. And if you are comfortable, then let's go ahead and get into our crow pose. Holding that position until I feel like I kind of want to round my spine here, protracting my shoulder blades, but a little bit of a depressed shoulder blades. Good. And when you feel good enough, you could either jump back to chaturanga or I'll meet you in your vinyasa. Good. Beautiful. All right, to even out, let's see how our wild thing is. If you're in downward dog right now, feet are gonna be together, lifting the left leg up. Breathing in. Good. Breathing out, knees towards your chest. Good. Side plank here. And then dropping that foot back. And then squeezing the glutes up top. We're doing wild thing both sides, just to feel like, okay, how is our back? Okay, planting the left hand down. Okay, now we're gonna get into our high plank. Okay, and see if you could access wild thing from high plank. Good, bending the right knee and shifting now to the opposite side for that wild thing. Squeezing the glutes, allow your head to hang heavy, and you're feeling really the full-on rotation of your arm that's grounded, right? Okay, one more time, planting the hand down. Good. If you do another set of that, just to even everything out, let's see how our backs is. Okay, left knee up, or rather toe up, bend the knee, and then crossing it to the other side, wild thing. Good. Plant the hand down. This time we're changing it up. From our plank, we're gonna dip the hips to our upward facing dog. Our back should be prepped now. Curl toes under still, right? And then shifting yourself a little bit forward and back. And if you're always here, you know what we're gonna do. Bend that right knee And then point the toes up. Now we're gonna get from here to wild thing. Let's see if we can get there. Drop it to the opposite direction and wild thing. So which one is accessible to you? You want to observe that? You want to be able to do both, right? The most common is like from side plank or from a plank position or from a downward facing dog. All right, push yourself back, downward facing dog, hips are high. Inhale, exhale. One more time, we're gonna do lion's breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Good, bending the knees, dropping it down. Good, sitting back to our child's pose. Letting go of the tension around the wrists. You could wiggle your child's pose or have the palms facing up next to your sides. Dropping the forehead down and relaxing here for a little bit. Okay, we're almost done, coming all the way up to our Vajrasana Thunderbolt pose, sitting on our heels. We're gonna do the same thing what we did for the tabletop or reverse tabletop, but the opposite side. Okay, so crawl your fingertips in front. Right knee will come up and you're gonna cross that on top of the other or in front, whatever works for you. And I'm just gonna adjust myself to the center of the mat. From there, all right, okay, so right knee is in front or the top. Right hand will now plant down to be a little bit more of the opposite side. So if it's the right hand, it's gonna be somewhere around the left side of the mat. Fingertips facing sideways, thumb facing forward. Okay, from here, we're gonna polish that. This is really great transition to kind of like, ooh, you know, mandala flow up and down instead of left and right. Curl the toes under, okay? And then from here, this also requires a lot of wrist mobility, obviously. You're going to like, whoa, swing or pivot yourself now, facing up. Woo, whoop. Maybe you can actually balance this way, maybe not. You could drop the hips down. Good. Release that wrist, and we're doing again so we can strengthen our body. I love that reverse tabletop, by the way. It's a great, I feel like, underrated pose. It is actually very hard if you get everything correctly, the form, because it's not just about a reverse tabletop. It is everything. Wrist mobility, shoulder mobility, how much you know to engage your core part, and you're squeezing the glutes, adductors are working, and even your hamstrings there too, right? Even your legs, everything. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna add in some tippy toes to make it a little bit more challenging. Fingertips gonna be by your sides. Ideally, wrists on top of the shoulders as you come up, right? But again, like I said, it's gonna be different depending on every factor, especially if you have hypermobile elbows like me. Okay, from here, I like my feet a little bit closer towards each other so you can squeeze more your inner thighs and knees together. And see, as I squeeze my inner thighs, it's automatic, like squeezing also the glutes. Boom. Ribs are gonna be tucked in, navel in, strong body here, peeling the shoulders back. Good. Looking just neutral neck here, and then holding this position. Trying to find that steady breath in this difficult pose. It is difficult if you're squeezing the glutes, if everything is really engaged. Now we're gonna add in some tippy toes. Boom, now the hamstrings is working, right? If you touch your hamstrings, it's a little bit hard, and also the quads, right? Not so much, but hamstrings should be harder when you plant the heels down. Right? But I want you to focus on everything being engaged. All right, squeeze, lift the heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips down. Okay, so we're doing lifted heels as we squeeze up for 5. Ready? Inhale, exhale, squeeze, lift the heels, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way down. Ooh, feet gonna be together, Baddha Konasana. Ooh, and then now dropping the forearms down behind you, and then the other. I like to end in Baddha Konasana, but obviously you're always welcome to open it up, stretch the legs for your Shavasana. But from here, we're going to stay here for a little bit, wiggle, wiggle, and then opening the hips some more, just to open up some more your middle splits, right? Good. And whenever you feel that that's good enough, you can always lay down anytime. And let's do our happy baby pose. Whew. Knees together. Lift the toes up. Grab your feet, your toes, your heels, or your ankles, and we're gonna rock sides to sides, massaging the spine. We didn't do a lot of vinyasa actually, the flow, no, just a little bit. Sometimes I do a lot, it depends. If we're gonna do some arm balance, do you guys want to do arm balance next? Ooh, it's so good. All right, so I have a lot of recorded classes already, so make sure you're subscribed. Okay, that's good enough for me. I'm gonna have my feet to touch. I like it to end in Supta Baddha Konasana. Again, you're always welcome to end in Shavasana. Hands up by your sides or whatever is comfortable. Big breath in, breath slowly out. Now get a feel of everything. Your wrists are like, whoa, super worked up. I feel so good. Inner thighs are very, very good. The back, the feet, and everything else. As always, you can stay there as long as you like. I'm just gonna end the video and face you guys. Woo! Thank you so very much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you feel good after this session. And if you do, make sure you like this video. It helps to support a lot. Subscribe to my channel. And if you're new, thank you so much for being here. I love practicing with you guys. All right, that's it for now. And I'll flow with you on the next one. Bye! Extend one leg out. If it is not comfortable for you and you're feeling sketched and wobbly, meaning your body is not ready for that, so don't attempt to straighten the legs yet, right? But if you're confident enough, then go ahead and straighten the legs. We're gonna puff out the chest even more, maybe lifting some more, and then dropping the crown of your head.